Hello. Welcome to the Peter Parker Show. How's it going, guys? Welcome back. Today we are riding something new and different. This bike is called the VanMoof. I can't remember the model exactly. I'm going to ask Ali right now, but it's an electric bike. And as you can see here, the frame is where the battery is. It's all hidden. It's a front hub motor right there. And it comes already with the light and the rear light, and the gears are internal. You kind of change the gears automatically with the bike. And if you want to change the this is the by the way, the battery meter right here, so it's completely full. If you want to change gears, just hit this button here and it'll change to a number. So that's gear 2, gear 3, 4, and 0. So we're gonna leave it at gear 2 right now, which is a little bit of pedal assist. All right, let's get started. All right, here we go. Tom is riding with us too. He's riding with his fixie bike. So this is gonna be kind of like a real legit bike ride, except ours is kind of an electric bike. It's a hidden electric bike. So like the Super 73 that doesn't have a throttle, but it kind of has something similar, which is called a boost button. And if you hit this button here, it literally it boosts your bike, like a little bit of torque kicks in, but only if you're pedaling the bike. So if I'm not pedaling, I hit the button, it does nothing. But as soon as I start pedaling and I hit the button, it like boosts. You hear that? You can hear the motor go off a little bit. Ali was saying that it rewards you for exercising, so that's the only reason why it gives you the boost. So if I'm pedaling right now and I hit it, it kicks in and you can hear the motor, and I'm catching up to Ali right now. It's pretty cool. It's really awesome. Yeah, it feels great, man. Really like these bikes. They're really like what I had in mind when I thought of e-bikes for the first time. I love Super 73, and I love the way you can just ride it like a motorcycle kind of. But I've always wanted a bike like this because in the pandemic, in the beginning, I injured my knee a while ago, and I wanted something to exercise with. So I thought, well, maybe I can get an e-bike. And then Super 73 came out with their new S2, which, by the way, this is the name. It's the same name of the bike. The model is called S2 VanMoof, which is kind of a sign. But yeah, it really helps you exercise, and I think it's really cool. It's like it gives you enough pedal assist to work out, but not like make you like sweat like a ton. And it's good for like if you have bad knees. Yeah, it's a great exercise bike, and it feels really good. It doesn't have any suspension, unfortunately, but the tires are really bouncy, which kind of reminds me of the ZX. Like Ali was saying that the tires are so bouncy that it reminded him also like of the ZX, which I think it's interesting. So I'm going through some bumps right now, and I can barely feel them, to be honest. And the cool thing about this bike too is that it senses when you're ghost pedaling, and it automatically kicks in the gears. So there's no like gear shifter like in normal bikes. It's all internal in the bike. So for example, if I'm pedaling really quickly and I start ghost pedaling, it'll kick in another gear, so I'm not ghost pedaling, which is really awesome. It's a very intuitive bike. See, it just kicked in right now, the gears. Yeah, it's really great. I like that it's a tow bike too. I've always had trouble with bikes, like not only e-bikes, just all bikes in general, because I'm just too damn tall for bikes. All the bikes that I've owned, I've always been too small for me. So the thing I like about the VanMoof is that it's a tall bike, and my legs extend all the way, which is the way you're supposed to ride a bike, because it's better for your knees when your knees extend all the way. So really like that. Also, another thing I liked about the bike as well. I'm going to cut through here. What's the weight limit for this, Ali? 300 pounds, 325. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's the same as the 285. Yeah, so it's pretty similar to the Super 73, except it's the weight limit for this one is 280 or 285, and Super 73 is like 320. So it's like a little you have to be, yeah, 300. So they always recommend lower, but you can actually go a little bit above the weight limits. So I believe the VanMoofs the S2 goes for 2,300 right now. They used to be more expensive back in the day, but the new one that's coming out, the S3, is supposed to be all the things that this one has but improved. So I believe it has probably more speed. What else did the S3 have? Yeah. It has a double motor? Oh, it has a quieter motor, which is, I guess, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Probably because bikers wanted to give the impression that they're riding their bikes and not an e-bike.
Better, more efficient motor.
Yeah, maybe it's quieter, but they are saying that because
the main thing is the hydraulic brakes.
Yeah, hydraulic brakes are good because these are mechanic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this bike has mechanic brakes, which is fine. They work great, but it always feels safer to ride hydraulic. I agree with Ali. I trust my life on hydraulic brakes. I don't really trust mechanical brakes very much. It's so fun, dude.
Yeah.
I love riding bikes. This is what riding bikes is about. Exercising with your homies. Oh, there's also a horn. Let's see if it works. It's pretty loud. Oh. I'm boosting. I feel like the horn is louder than the last time I rode it. Yeah, much louder. It's not like the like my Super 73 or the RX horn, where it's like it sounds like a car almost. This one is more subtle, more high frequency, more piercing to the ear. There are not a lot of videos about the VanMoof out there, so I thought it would be interesting to talk about them because they're definitely a mainstream bike. A lot of people use them, and I've heard of the brand before too, before Ali ever mentioned it to me. So they have a well-established name already, but never actually ridden one, so it's really exciting to ride something different, very, very different from the Super 73s. 350 watt motor, which is pretty decent.
The battery is 350 watt hours.
And the battery's 350 watt hours?
It's 1/3 of a Super 73 battery.
1/3 of a Super 73 battery. Interesting.
But you're supposed to do the same distance, right?
Yeah, I mean the mileage on this is about 70 miles, right?
Yeah.
Which is really like
If you do the most efficient,
level 1.
you do that, yeah.
Yeah, level 1 of Super 73 gives you 70 miles as well.
Good luck doing 70 miles on Super 73.
Yeah, exactly. Not easy to do level 1 on Super 73. You really need at least level 2 on that one. But with level 1 on this one, it feels like you're just riding a regular bike, which is awesome because it's light, it's easy to pedal. I mean, as long as you are used to pedaling a bike like a regular bike, and it's lightweight, so it's really great. Really like it a lot. Oh, the gears just kicked in. Now we just cruise. You know, another thing that makes this bike look and feel like a bike is that there's no meter of the battery except for the frame.
Yeah, it's all in the frame.
And it's kind of hidden, so you can't really see it unless you're
Because
actually.
I put my adapter for my chair. That
Yeah.
way I can remove.
But from a third point of view,
Yeah, for the view, yeah, you have to kind of look more down. Yeah.
if somebody saw the bike, they would never know it's an e-bike until they see this right here.
You didn't even use 2% yet.
Not even 2%?
No.
Hell yeah, dude. We've reached 800 followers on Instagram, and I thought we'd just do a little giveaway. So I reached out to my friends at Invoxia. They gave me one of these cellular GPS trackers. This is not sponsored by them. They're just nice enough to send me one to do a little giveaway. The way you enter the giveaway is you have to follow me on Instagram, which I put down below for you guys, and subscribe to my channel. And you can enter to win one of the Invoxia cellular GPS trackers. It's really great. I love it. It makes me feel like my bike is in safe hands. And if it ever gets stolen, which I hope it doesn't, I'll know exactly where it is. Tom is riding his fixie bike. I used to have a bike just like that back in the day, and then it got stolen. I got 2 fixies that got stolen. In LA, of course, in the city. Another thing I like about this booster is that it's really handy for situations where you need to you need that little torque to get out of the way. Like, that's the thing I'm not a big fan of Super 73, is that when you're fully stopped somewhere and you hit the throttle, you're not going anywhere fast. You need to wait at least 5 seconds for the torque to actually create momentum. But with this, if I'm stopped right here and I hit the boost and I pedal, it immediately moves. Look at that. Immediately. It's really cool. Really, it makes me feel really safe too. It's hitting that horn. The horn is kind of funny, but it works. Yeah, this is a great bike to get if you want to get back in shape like I do. I've been kind of struggling with my weight lately, trying to exercise more. I've been running every day. I've been eating healthier, and something about biking, the thing I loved about biking back in the day is that I always maintained and lost weight because I biked everywhere every day, especially in Europe. I was like in the best shape for biking every day. But now that I'm spoiled with a Super, I always hit the throttle, so I don't work out as much. I don't pedal as much. So that's a cool thing about this bike, is that you can actually pedal it, exercise, and it rewards you with a boost if you happen to pedal. I'm trying not to boost right now. It's so hard. Man, gear 2 is hard.
I had to cheat.
You had to cheat? I'm not hitting the boost button. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. Stay tuned, because I might get one of these VanMoofs and might make some videos. If you guys like to see more videos about the VanMoof, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more content like this. Something nice about having different options about different e-bikes. You got a regular bike that helps you, exercise, and you got your Super that is street legal and is faster. And then you got a Sur-On, which is basically a substitute for a motorcycle. So you got all 3 in one, and then you're good to go. Right?
Yeah. Bring you out of the house. You don't intimidated by the long road. You always have a backup if you need to.
Yeah. He's really passionate about the VanMoofs, and I can actually see why he's so passionate.
My wife ended up just buying a second one right away.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's kind of hard to describe what it is about it, but it's really fun. It's almost like rewarding good behavior for exercising, and it makes it fun. And that's the thing that's so tedious about bikes, is sometimes you don't have the stamina to go up a hill, and this bike kind of helps you go up that steep hill, and it makes you feel good, Yeah, the boost is a great tool. Like, if I want to catch up to Ali right now, I just hit this button and I just pedal and I catch up right. Look at that, I'm just catching up to him. Just like that. Wow, look at these guys. Look at these guys over here, so fast. All right, you want to race? I'm joking. Ali's ready to race them. The only complaint I have about this bike is that the seat is one of those bicycle seats where are kind of hard. They're kind of hard and they're kind of not very comfortable for long periods of time. But I mean, Ali was saying that the stock, usually bike seats, like the stock ones, are really uncomfortable compared to this one, which I can agree with him. I can see why he says that this one's more comfortable than the other ones. But for someone who's used to the Super 73 seats and you jump onto this seat, it can kind of get uncomfortable quick. Like, I think I can maybe ride this. I can sit on this seat for about an hour, 2 hours max before it starts really hurting and being uncomfortable. But besides the seat, I really love everything about this bike. It just feels like a really well designed, well built bike. It seems like they really tried their best to kind of explore all the weaknesses and all the fortes of the bike, and they came out with this, which is pretty great. Oh, another thing I have to say is that I'm not a big fan of these pedals. I think the pedals are kind of a little cheap. They feel a little cheap. They feel plasticky, and they feel kind of small for my foot. So I'm not a big fan of the pedals. And by the pedals, I don't mean like the actual, like the thing that holds the pedal. I just mean like the actual pedal where you put your foot on. That's the only part that feels kind of cheap to me. All right, we're in foggy Santa Monica right now. Very spooky, very Halloweeny. I saw that a lot of you guys watched the Halloween video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching that video. I put a lot of effort into that one, and I'm glad you guys liked it. It was a really fun ride too. Kind of had to bail a little bit earlier towards the end of the ride because it was just getting late and there were a lot of drunk drivers, and I just wanted to get home safely. So me and Tom and Ali headed out. We headed out a little bit earlier than usual. But it was really fun. Another thing that's cool about this bike is that I feel more in control. Like, I can maneuver out of the way faster than with a Super. Maybe because it's smaller and lighter. But it's definitely good for avoiding an accident, to get it out of the way quickly. And like, if I really have to get out of the way, it's really firm, and I feel like I'm in control with this bike. And it's got that sweet spot of speed where it's like, it's slow, but it's not too slow, but it's slow enough to avoid like a car, or slow enough to avoid a pedestrian or a person opening their doors most of the time. With a Super 73, you really got to be careful because you're flying. And if somebody opens their door, you're gonna rip that door with you. So with this, you're not going as fast, so you definitely have more control and more time to avoid a door. If you ever want to ride with your homies with a regular bike, you can definitely bring this guy and have fun. You can still bring your e-bike, like your fat tire bike, like the Super or the Hyper Scrambler or any of those bikes with you. It's just like, it's not as designed for like biking. It's more like just for throttling, if you know what I mean. But with this one, you can actually you can ride with your homies like a regular bike. And also, when you're on the bike trails, you don't get in as much trouble because it looks like a bike, where a fat tire bike can look like a motorcycle. So you can get yelled at by a lot of Karens, you can get stopped by the cops, etc., etc. So it's a good bike for being undercover and not having to worry about people. Yeah, you don't piss off anybody with this bike. It's definitely a hidden e-bike in the skin of a bike. Right, so I've been riding 6 miles now, and I've only used 3 dots, which is what?
6%.
I've only used 6% of the battery. 40 minutes for 7 miles is not bad for a regular bike. It's a little bit slower than the Super, but it's definitely more...
You're getting more engaged.
Yeah.
So much more engaged.
You definitely do feel more engaged, for sure. Go ahead, man.
I'll gladly.
Oh, another thing I forgot to tell you guys. One last thing. You can actually track these bikes automatically, so you don't need a tracker. You can track them already. There's already a GPS signal integrated in the frame of the bike, which is really great. And also, you can lock your bike's tires. So let me explain by that. There's a way to lock the bike from pedaling, so it completely locks the pedals of the bike, so nobody can steal it and pedal away. It's just like completely locked. And another thing is that the tires have a little Allen wrench screw that is only designed for VanMoofs. So if somebody were to try to steal the bike's tires, they wouldn't be able to, because there's a specific tool that you need to open the Allen wrench, or to open with an Allen wrench, that nobody else can do it except if you have that specific tool. So nobody can steal the tires of this bike, and nobody can pedal away with this bike if you have it locked. It's really great for theft. The only thing is you would have to lock up your bike, obviously, because they could literally carry it with you. But you can still track it with a GPS, which is really cool. And if you happen to put it outside, like say you go to a coffee shop and you just take like 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then you leave your VanMoof out and you lock the pedals, nobody can just straight up walk to your bike and pedal away with it, because the pedals are completely locked.
So to lock it,
Yeah.
you just align those 2 lines together, this white line and this white line.
Yeah.
And you just tap this little...
Oh, wow. So you align it,
clicky sound.
and then you...
Just hit it with your foot.
Wow, that's so cool.
So it's locked the back wheel.
And it made a little lock noise too.
Yeah.
How dope.
And you can activate the alarm, so if somebody's to try to move it,
So
makes,
the alarm is on right now?
no, right now I guess it was
But we can
off since you were moving it and it didn't
Yeah.
make noise. It should
I
make
see.
noise right away. As soon as you
I
touch
see.
it, it's supposed to make noise.
So that locked the pedals, right?
Yeah.
Cool,
It
cool.
blocks these
The back
wheel.
tires, got it. Cool,
And
man.
It's impossible to remove because these are proprietary bolts.
Yeah, I was telling the
You can
audience.
you can never remove these without the...
How cool, man. All right, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Helps me be bigger, stronger, faster. If you guys want a Super 73 of any model, any kind, there's a link down in the description below for $100 off. And it helps out the channel a lot. And I don't have a code for the VanMoof, unfortunately, but maybe in the future I will. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.